All right, so this disc right here is one of probably the rarest discs to come out this year. And this right here is the all new Paul McBeth 6-time Cryztal Luna. And I also have another disc here that's very similar to the 6 times. And that is going to be the 5-time Cryztal Luna. I've been throwing the 5-time Cryztal Luna for a long time now and have loved the flight out of it. And today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be testing the all new 6 times Cryztal Luna up against the 5 times to see which one I'm going to be keeping in the bag. And on top of getting to throw some new plastic in this new Cryztal Luna, we're up in Michigan right now. So yesterday I had a tournament up here, the last one of the year. I had a really good time. Shout out to Jay for hosting an amazing tournament each and every year. Ended up placing, I think, in a tie for 5th, so not too bad. Especially coming off of an injury. This is really going to be the first weekend where I get to throw, probably in the last like 10 to 12 days. So we're out at none other than Rolling Hills Park. I believe this is somewhere around like Ypsilanti area here in Michigan. One of my favorite courses I used to come out to all the time when I lived in Michigan. But before we jump into the holes out here, let's take a closer look at both of these discs. One of the first things that I noticed between these two discs is the 5 times feels smaller. So the actual disc itself in the hand has a smaller feel to it, whereas you would think with most Lunas, they're all going to be the same because they're a Luna. This 5-time Luna feels like the actual like overall diameter of the disc feels a lot smaller than the 6 times. Like I said, it's almost like the diameter of the disc is just a little bit bigger, and the 5-time has a little bit of a better feel in the hand just because it feels a little less deep in the hand, as opposed to the 6 times, it feels like it's a little bit on the deeper side when you're actually doing a power grip like I do. And one of the other main differences that I've noticed between the two Cryztal Lunas is that the 6 times has a lot stiffer feel in the hand to it. It doesn't have as much give as the 5 times does. Obviously, this one's been thrown more than the 6 times, and it started to do a little bit of a puddle top on the top of the flight plate here, and it just has a little bit more give in the hand. But Cryztal Plastic is some of my favorite to throw in putters, and specifically the Luna. But I'm really excited to see what type of flight we're gonna get out of the 6 times today, just because it does have that stiffer feel. The diameter of the disc feels a little bit bigger, and I'm hoping that this is pretty much just like a dead straight flyer with a slight amount of fade at the end. I know that the 5 times does have a little bit of more understability to it, but we're gonna jump into hole 1 out here at Rolling Hills and see how these things fly. All right guys, hole 1 out here at Rolling Hills. This one's about 252 feet. Pretty much a really good shot to try both of these discs out on here. Basket, you can see down there, is just pretty much dead straight ahead, but really we just need a nice straight flight to start the day. Get off that tree. Oh, okay. As you saw, that thing had a little flip up to it, kind of rode on that right side and started to fade out just at the end there. And now next up, we're gonna take the 6 times. Man, I'm super excited to throw this thing and see what this thing can do. Also, shout out to Pastry Dyes for sending this over to me. I hadn't picked it up on the original drop day, so thank you, Pastry Dyes, for hooking us up. Oh, local route. Oh, also hit a tree. Okay, 2 tree hits with the Lunas here today. Both of them are down in the fairway, and we should be able to get up and down pretty easy from there. So pretty similar flights for both of those Lunas there. I think the 5 times had a little bit more flip up out of the hand as opposed to the 6 times, just because the 6 times is a brand new disc. I imagine once that thing beats in, it'll have a little flip up to it. We're gonna try and get up and down with both of these here. Probably end up with a couple pars to start out the round, so that's not too bad, but definitely looking to get some birdies out here with these things. All right, we're probably about 80, 90 out, I would say, right here. Unfortunately, hit this tree off the right side. We're just gonna try and put the 5 time in a good spot here. Maybe throw this thing in the basket. Get down. Ooh, okay. Parked under the basket there. Definitely pick up a par on that one. All right, and the 6 times ended up a lot closer, hitting a tree towards the end. Should be a pretty routine shot here. Go in the basket, sit. Should be able to clean up pars for both of those. Just gonna use my regular Luna putters for putting today, but everything else will be these ones. All right, 5 time, picking up a par with that one. All right, got a little bit of work to do for the 6 times Cryztal Luna. I thought it was tracking towards the basket, but should be able to clean this one up. Nice, there we go, cool. A couple pars to start the round. Let's move on to the next hole. All right, guys, pars to start out the round with both the 5-time and the 6-times here. We're moving on to hole 2 now. This one's 367 feet. I definitely can't get either of these discs down there. So we're really just looking for a good placement shot here, then have a nice second shot towards the basket. We're gonna rotate the tees here. So the first one up is going to be the 6-times Luna. All right, we're gonna see if this thing can handle some power here. Maybe put it on a tad bit of hyzer. Oh, come out of it. No, okay. Turn that thing over just a little bit too much. That wasn't the disc fault, that was definitely my fault. It kind of just cruised over there and held that line, not too much stability coming out of that. All right, next up, the 5-time. Definitely gonna have to throw this thing on some hyzer here. Okay, I put that one on just like pure hyzer. That one's definitely going to be in a better spot. The 6-times Luna will definitely have some work with. Okay, yeah, just off in the rough over here. This is gonna be an interesting type of shot. Probably have to do more of a patent pending. Oh no. Well, that was really bad. Let go of that one early. All right, well, we absolutely shanked the approach shot with the 6-times. This time we have a little like chip shot with the Cryztal Luna, which I don't normally throw the Luna like this. Get up. Okay, that was really bad too. All right, interesting spots here with both of those discs right now. Really need to put one close here. Sit under the basket. Nice, that one is absolutely parked. All right, this should just be a nice routine type of shot here. Just put it under the basket, walk away with some bogeys here on 2. Yep, cool. About the same spot for both of them, be able to walk away with bogeys. All right, clean these up for a couple bogey. Unfortunate bogeys here with both of them. Not the greatest drives and also not great second shots, but we'll move on. All right, a couple unfortunate bogeys there on 2. Really need to pick up the pace here and start throwing these things down the fairway and putting ourselves in a good spot. So we're moving on to hole 3 here now, 286. Put this thing on a little bit of hyzer, kind of like the last time with it, maybe a little flatter, and just let it glide over there. Oh, there's a nice flight with the 5-times. Let's go. Sweet. That's kind of the spot that I wanted to end up in there. Let's see if we can kind of just mimic the same line here with this. All right, unfortunately put that on a little bit too much hyzer, hit a tree and had a nice kick out to the fairway. That thing likes to hold the line that you definitely put it on. We're still quite a bit of ways here, got a little bit of work left to do. Oh, that's a nice flight. Get up there, skip up there. Nice, okay, cool. A little bit of power into that thing and it just has a lot of glide to it and just pretty much went dead straight. 5-times ended up in a really good spot. Sit. Not great, but not bad. We should be able to pick up that par there. All right, par putt here for the 5-time Luna. Keep it at +1. Nice, there we go. And then the 6-times absolutely parked under the basket. A couple pars. Definitely would have liked to get the disc a little bit closer here, pick up some birdies, but definitely have some shorter holes coming up that you'll definitely get to see some good flights out of these things. All right, moving on to hole 4 here. This one's 240 and I 100% of the time throw a forehand here. I'm not super comfortable with like the turnover backhand type shot. So we're gonna just go ahead and try and throw these things on with a little bit of height. Maybe let them cruise over there just a little bit, but like I said, not super comfortable committing to a full like turnover backhand shot here. Oh, that's a great flight. That is so straight. Even though that's dead straight ahead with the basket being tucked over to that right side, we'll have a really great look from there. All right, and we really just want to mimic this exact flight with the 5-time Luna here. Oh, okay. Hung onto that thing a little bit too much. Okay, but it ended up back in the middle of the fairway there. We got super lucky on that shot. All right, both had pretty good drives, but just pretty much a jump putt look at the basket here for both of these. Drop. Oh, off the top of the basket. All right, we get one more try with the 6-times. Pretty much the same jump putt here. Get up. Oh, okay. All right, walk away with a couple pars for both discs. Really good flights on this whole lot of these. All right, I thought that first one was going in, but walk away with 2 pars for both the discs. Like I said, those are the exact flights I was looking for out of those discs, just pretty much dead straight. Could probably put a little bit more power into them, have a little bit of Anheuser on them. All right, some really good shots there on hole 4. Moving on to hole 5 here. This one's 253 feet. Same thing with the last hole. With this one, I typically throw a forehand here. So we're really just looking for similar flights out of both discs that we had on the last hole. All right, 5 times up first. Oh, it flew dead straight. A little stability at the end too. All right, needed to throw that a little bit higher. That's what I'm gonna focus on here with the 6 times. All right, a little bit more height on this and let this cruise down there. A little bit more height, but pretty much the same flight for both of them. Not mad at those flights. We'll have nice approach shots from there. You really can't make this up. There's the basket right there. 6 times Luna there, and then directly over here is the 5 time. I mean, almost identical flights out of both of them. So equal opportunities to hit long birdies here. Go in. Oh, that was just short of going in there. Dang, that would have been a sick putt there. Drop. Oh, that's just off the backside. Okay, I added power to it, but went around the backside there. A couple good runs with those jump putts there. All right, gonna clean up some pars here. Really no separators throughout. It's been pretty even, and even the flights out of the discs have been really similar. But this next hole that we're moving on here to is definitely an ace run opportunity and must get birdie. All right, guys, moving on to hole 6 here now. This one's 267 feet downhill. This is one of my favorite holes here at Rolling Hills. Gonna let something cruise down through this gap and get towards that basket down there. That's cruising over to the right side. I turned that one over just a little bit too much there, and it kind of rode the right side of the rough here and then hit a tree at the very end and kicked back out to the left. Should be in a decent spot. All right, and now going with the 5 times. Definitely need a little bit of a better shot here. It flipped up, but I didn't put enough power into it. That's gonna be really short, I believe. Maybe an opportunity for the 6 times to get a birdie here if we can convert on a putt. All right, not a great throw with this 5 times, to be honest with you. This is definitely like I said, a must get birdie hole. This would be a big jump putt here. All right, not great. All right, I think this is technically outside, so I think we can give this another jump putt. Go. Oh, that was just short. All right, bunch of pars again, unfortunately, for these discs. Definitely got to pick up the pace here. All right, guys, on to hole 7 here. This is going to be the final hole that we're playing out here. Hole 7 is going to be at 237 feet, slightly downhill. You got 2 options here. You either go dead straight at it, pretty much on the left side, or you have to split to the right gap, which allows you a little bit more room, I would say. This fairway is covered in leaves right now. It looks so sweet out here. One thing about Michigan golf is you definitely got to get the birdies when they're out here. Took the right gap. Oh, that's got sneaky on that left side. Okay, that one faded out a little bit. And now the 6th time. Keep going. Get past it. Oh, no, that thing actually flipped up to flat a little bit, was cruising on that left side and then had an unfortunate tree kick. We're gonna have an interesting look for both of those 10 around here. All right, basket's just around the corner here. Just gonna give this putt a little bit of like a hyzer type run. Oh, nice. Wow. That was a better bid than I thought I was gonna have there. Nice, okay. The 5 time Luna actually got up a lot closer than I thought. And if we can make this putt, this would be the difference maker between these two. This is a pretty big putt though. This would be huge for the 5 times if we can hit this. Oh my gosh, you have to be kidding me. That was such a good looking putt. Bounced out the front of the cage there. I thought that was going in. Man, this putt looked so good out of my hand. I thought this one was definitely going in the basket and just jumped off the front of the cage there. 5-time +1, and also the 6 times Luna +1 here today. Unfortunate, but I really enjoyed the flight out of both of them. Definitely going to have to work with them just a little bit more, I think, to get an idea of what they can do and the differences between them. But for the most part, I enjoyed the flights here today. Well guys, that is going to wrap up the video here today, comparing the 6 times Cryztal Luna to the 5 times Cryztal Luna. And I really enjoyed the flights out of both of them, especially when I was throwing them how I wanted to be, which was on kind of just like a hit the disc flat and let the disc do the work. And they were pretty much just flying dead straight with a tiny bit of fade at the end. And if you put power into both of them, they would kind of flip up to flat and just have a nice like glidey type flight to them. I wish we could have definitely shot a little bit better, but like I mentioned, I'm just coming back from an injury, so I'm not mad at how I played today, but definitely want to get back into the swing of things here. But if you did enjoy the video here today, make sure that you leave a like down below. Let me know if you were able to pick up the new 6 times Cryztal Luna and what you think of the flight out of that thing. And make sure that you hit that subscribe button because we're going to be bringing you more videos. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.